Hello and welcome to Best English Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm really happy you're here with me today. In this episode, we're going to talk about something that almost every English learner struggles with: understanding fast English. Have you ever watched a movie or listened to native speakers and it felt like the words were flying past you? All connected, too quick, and impossible to follow. Maybe you thought, why do they speak so fast? I'll never understand this. The truth is, you can train your ears to understand fast English. It's not magic. It's not something only advanced learners can do. It's about learning the patterns of real spoken English, practicing in smart ways, and training your ears step by step. But before we begin, I want to invite you to stay with me until the very end. Why? Because this episode is not just theory. It's full of simple steps, little tricks, and real stories from learners just like you. If you listen carefully, you'll discover how to catch the main idea in fast speech, how to use short daily practice to train your brain, and how to stop feeling lost when people talk quickly. And here's something important. Improving your listening is not only about your ears. It's also about your confidence. Many learners panic when they hear fast English. Their mind blocks. But with practice, you can stay calm, relaxed, and focused, even if you don't understand every single word. So in this episode, we're going to explore why English sounds fast, how to train your ears and your brain, and how to build a daily routine that actually works. By the end, you'll have a clear plan that you can use every single day to improve. Let's begin with an important question. Why does English sound so fast to learners in the first place? English often feels too fast for learners because of something called connected speech. Native speakers don't always pronounce each word clearly like in a textbook. Words link together, some sounds disappear, and sentences shrink. For example, a sentence like, "What do you want to do?" can sound like, "What do you want to do?" At first, it can feel like your brain cannot catch anything. But it's not really faster, it's just shorter and smoother. Another reason English seems fast is reduction. Many common words are spoken quickly or combined. Words like to, for, you often lose their full sound. So instead of hearing every word clearly, your brain hears a stream of sounds. Let's imagine a short story. One of my students, Omar, was watching a YouTube video in English. At first, he could only catch a few words: meeting, project, tomorrow. Everything else sounded like noise. But he didn't give up. He realized he didn't need every word to understand the main idea. When we train our ears, we learn to focus on patterns, stress, and rhythm instead of individual words. This is what makes fast English understandable. So the first important step is, don't try to hear every single word. Focus on the main idea and notice how words connect and reduce. Next, we'll see how your brain can learn these patterns and how listening daily helps your ears catch fast speech naturally. Hearing fast English is one thing. Understanding it is another. Your ears may pick up sounds, but your brain must recognize patterns. At first, everything sounds like noise. The words are fast, connected, and reduced. You might feel lost, frustrated, or even scared to listen. One of my students, Lena, experienced this. She tried listening to a short podcast every day. For example, she realized that "I'm going to" often sounds like "I'm gonna," and "what do you want to do" becomes "what do you want to do?" At first, it was strange, but after practicing every day, her brain started to expect these sounds. Here's a tip. Your brain learns faster when you listen actively, not passively. Active listening means you pay attention to how words connect, where the speaker stresses words, the rhythm and speed of the sentence. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain starts predicting what comes next. This is what helps you catch fast English naturally. Another trick Lena used was listening to the same short clip multiple times. First, she listened for the main idea. Second, she listened for details. Third, she tried repeating some sentences aloud. Step by step, her brain and ears worked together, and fast English became easier. Training your brain is about pattern recognition, repetition, and focus, not memorizing every single word. The more you do this, the faster your comprehension improves. When you listen to fast English, it's impossible to catch every single word. Trying to do that will make you frustrated and tired. The first skill you need is to focus on the main idea. Let me give you an example. A native speaker says, "So I was at the store and, this guy just cut in front of me. Unbelievable." You don't need every single word to understand the story. Just pick up key words and phrases. In this case, store, guy, cut in front, unbelievable. That's enough to follow the story and respond naturally. One of my students, Amir, used this technique. He listened to short podcasts every day. At first, he tried to catch every word and it was exhausting. Then he started listening for the main idea first, without worrying about every single word. After a few days, he realized he could understand more than before, and his confidence grew. Here's a simple tip you can try. Listen to a short clip, maybe 30 to 60 seconds. Focus on the main idea. Ask yourself, what is this about? Don't worry about every detail. Details come with repeated listening. The key is your ears and brain work together. First, catch the main idea. Then, gradually focus on details. By practicing this skill daily, fast English will become less stressful, and you'll start understanding more naturally, even when speakers talk quickly. One of the most important steps to understand fast English is to listen every day. But here's the secret. It doesn't have to be long. Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference. Let me share a story. My student Sarah felt frustrated with podcasts. She tried to listen for 30 minutes at once and ended up tired and confused. Then she changed her approach. Just 5 minutes every day, focused listening. She listened to a short clip, maybe a conversation or a news segment, and paid attention to the main idea first. Here's how to do it step by step. Pick a short audio clip. It can be from a podcast, YouTube, or a movie. Listen once without subtitles. Just focus on the main idea. Listen again. Catch more details. Listen a third time. Repeat or shadow short sentences. Even if you only understand a few words at first, don't worry. This is how your ears and brain train together. Every day, your brain learns patterns, rhythm, and connected speech. Your ears begin to recognize sounds faster, and comprehension improves naturally. Sarah also added a fun tip. She mixed audio types. Some days she listened to songs, other days to interviews, and sometimes short news clips. This variety helped her adapt to different speeds, accents, and styles. Remember, consistency is the key. 5 minutes today, 5 minutes tomorrow. Step by step, fast English starts to feel easier, and your confidence grows. Training your ears daily with short, focused practice is one of the fastest ways to understand fast English in real life. And the best part? You don't need hours. Just daily, mindful listening is enough. One of the most effective ways to improve your understanding of fast English is shadowing. Shadowing means listening and repeating at the same time, almost like an echo. Let me give you an example. My student Amir started shadowing short clips from English podcasts. He would play one sentence, pause, and repeat exactly what he heard. At first, it was difficult. The speed was fast, the words were connected, and he couldn't match perfectly. But here's the key. It doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is to train your ears and mouth together. Your brain starts noticing rhythm, stress, and reductions. Over time, your mouth learns the natural pace of English. A simple shadowing routine can look like this. Choose a short clip, 20 to 40 seconds. Listen carefully to the first sentence. Pause and repeat it out loud, copying the speed, intonation, and rhythm. Continue sentence by sentence until the clip ends. Amir also tried shadowing with different accents, sometimes American podcasts, sometimes British news clips, and even Australian interviews. This made his ears more flexible, and he could follow fast English from different speakers. Another tip, don't worry about understanding every word during shadowing. Focus on matching sound, rhythm, and intonation. Understanding will come naturally after repeated practice. Shadowing is powerful because it trains your ears, mouth, and brain together. It helps you follow fast speech more naturally, and your pronunciation improves at the same time. After a few weeks of daily shadowing, many students feel they can understand conversations that used to feel too fast. When listening to fast English, one of the most helpful skills is to recognize common reductions and phrases. These are the shortcuts native speakers use in everyday speech. For example, gonna equals going to. Wanna equals want to. Lemme equals let me. Didja equals did you. Gimme equals give me. At first, these forms can feel confusing. You might hear a sentence like, let me tell you something, and think, what did they just say? One of my students, Mina, struggled with this at first. She was watching short TV clips from the UK, and everything sounded strange. Then she started writing down common reductions she heard, like gonna, wanna, didja. Every day she practiced repeating them aloud. After a few weeks, Mina noticed something amazing. She understood fast English better. When someone said, I'm gonna call you later, she didn't get lost. She even started using these reductions naturally when she spoke. Here's a simple exercise you can try. Listen to a short clip or a conversation. Write down any reductions or phrases you hear. Repeat them aloud several times, mimicking the rhythm and intonation. Try using them in your own sentences. Learning these common phrases does two things. It makes understanding fast speech much easier. It helps your own English sound natural and fluent. Remember, you don't need to memorize every word. Focus on the most common reductions and patterns, and gradually your ears and brain will catch fast English much more easily. Fast English doesn't always sound the same. Native speakers have different accents, speeds, and ways of speaking. If you only listen to one type of English, your ears might struggle when you hear a new accent. Let me tell you a story. My friend James was learning English by watching only American TV shows. He felt confident until he joined an online conversation with people from the UK, Australia, and Ireland. Suddenly, everything felt faster and harder to understand. So James started a new routine. He mixed different accents and voices in his daily listening practice. Some days he listened to American podcasts, other days to British interviews, and sometimes short Australian or Irish clips. Even non-native speakers with different pronunciations helped train his ears. Here's why this works. Your brain becomes flexible and learns to adapt to different sounds. You notice patterns that are common across all accents, like reductions and stress. You start predicting words and phrases even if the accent is unfamiliar. A practical exercise you can try. Choose short clips from at least 2 different accents. Listen once for the main idea. Listen again for details. Try shadowing a few sentences aloud. James noticed that after 2 weeks of mixing accents, he could understand conversations faster, even with unfamiliar speakers. His confidence grew and he stopped panicking when someone spoke quickly. Remember, exposure to different voices and accents is like giving your ears a workout. The more variety you hear, the stronger and faster your listening skills become. This is a key step to understanding real fast English in real life. Listening to podcasts and videos is helpful, but real conversations are the best way to test your fast English skills. One of my students, Layla, started practicing with short clips at home. She could understand them fairly well. But when she joined an online conversation with native speakers, everything felt much faster. At first, she missed words and felt a little nervous. But she realized something important. It's okay not to understand every word. You can catch the main idea and ask politely for clarification. Saying, "Sorry, can you say that again?" or "Could you repeat, please?" is completely normal. Here are some practical tips for testing yourself with real conversations. Start small. A short conversation with a friend, teacher, or language partner. Focus on the main idea first, not every word. Listen actively. Notice rhythm, stress, and reductions. Repeat and shadow. Try to imitate the pace and intonation of your conversation partner. Layla also found that talking in small groups or language exchanges helped a lot. She heard different voices, speeds, and accents, which made her ears stronger. After a few weeks, she noticed she could follow fast conversations much more easily. Another tip: record yourself. Talk about a short story or your day in English, then listen to the recording. Try to notice if your pronunciation matches what you hear in native speech. Real conversations give your ears real-life training. They prepare you for movies, meetings, or casual chats with native speakers. It might feel challenging at first, but this is exactly how your brain and ears get stronger together. Now that you know the steps to understand fast English, it's time to put everything together into a daily routine. A simple, consistent practice can make huge improvements. Here's an example routine you can try. Short listening. 5 minutes of a podcast or short video. Focus on the main idea. Shadowing. Repeat 1 to 2 sentences out loud, copying rhythm, stress, and intonation. Reductions and phrases. Notice any shortcuts like gonna, wanna, lemme, and repeat them aloud. Mix accents. Listen to one clip in an American accent, another in British or Australian. Real conversations. Talk with a friend, teacher, or language partner, focusing on main ideas and asking for clarification when needed. Consistency is key. Even 10 minutes a day, done every day, is much more effective than one long session once a week. Think about Layla's story from before. She started small, 5 minutes every day, mixing clips and shadowing sentences. After a few weeks, she noticed she understood fast conversations more easily, and her confidence grew. So here's your challenge. Start today. Pick one short clip, listen for the main idea, shadow 1 or 2 sentences, and notice reductions. Do this every day, step by step. I also have a question for you. What is one type of English, accent, podcast, or video you find most challenging? Think about it and try listening to it for just 5 minutes today. Finally, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to Best English Podcast, and check out our other episodes. Every episode is full of practical tips to help your listening, speaking, and confidence in English. Remember, fast English is not impossible. With daily practice, attention to patterns, and a little patience, your ears and brain will catch the speed naturally. Celebrate small wins, stay consistent. Thank you for listening today. Start your 5-minute practice now, and I'll see you in the next episode.